Lara Croft is so back. I just played 20 minutes of Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, and if you are looking for something that has that late 90s action-packed, hyper-confident Lara that we all know and love, you are in for a treat. The demo I played took me through the jungles of Peru, where I was sent on this adventure to find these cogs that I could then align in order to turn off a waterfall and traverse deeper into the jungle and find this temple. It's kind of like a campy little setup. It very much feels late 90s, but I loved it. The whole adventure feels very reminiscent of early Lara Croft. Even the way that she jumps kind of has that like floaty animation to it that maybe it could be off-putting for some people, but if you're someone who grew up with those games, it's really endearing and it feels familiar. She, has the ability to grapple across gaps. I think that something that I really enjoyed is the platforming feels a little bit more sensitive than maybe what we're used to in modern games, a little less hand-holdy. And that even goes for navigating the spaces. It's a lot less of like the yellow paint and very obvious places where you can grab onto, and it relies a little bit more on exploration and just simply trying to jump up a wall and seeing if you can grab something. Alex's portrayal of Lara is fantastic. I feel like, during the Survivor trilogy, we saw a Lara who was kind of coming into her own. She was a little less confident, still very like that physicality and still quintessentially Lara, but we were missing that sort of confidence, that boldness, that sassiness, the things that made her a character that we fell in love with. This feels like Lara in her prime. All of those qualities are back, and I really loved it. It was so cool seeing this character that I remember from my childhood, and she just feels very fully realized now. I'd be remiss not to mention that she once again has her dual pistols, and that was probably the highlight of the entire demo for me. It adds this element of lethality to her personality that was missing for a little bit, and it also incorporates the acrobatics that we know and love, right? If you press one button, you enter this sort of like bullet time mode where you slow down, you start doing these flips and acrobatics, and the whole time you have the pistols out and you are just shooting away. And the best part about this is you're shooting away at dinosaurs, which is so old school Tomb Raider, and it's just cool to do. Who doesn't want to fight dinosaurs in the jungle? The game itself is a really good reimagining of the original Tomb Raider 2. I feel like it reminds me of what I saw when I was a child, but fully realized with these modern graphics in this modern engine. And I think that that's kind of the best way that you can approach doing something like this, doing something that is a remake and kind of an expansion on this original beloved title. We recently learned that generative AI was used in the making of this game, which did honestly give me some pause, and I think it caused me to scrutinize the environments and even Lara a little bit more thoroughly, just to kind of make sure that what I saw felt polished, that Lara was getting the treatment that I think that she deserves. Fortunately, the environments looked really, really good, and when I spoke to the developers a little bit more about it, they said that they were using generative AI in a very limited capacity. It was mostly for items such as like vases or particular ruins where they didn't know exactly what they wanted to have there, but they wanted to have some sort of temporary placeholder. So make what you will of that. The demo wrapped up with a really cool set piece in which you are running away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This had like the classic Crash Bandicoot running towards the camera moments that felt extremely 90s, as well as kind of these platforming bits that I think would often be relegated to kind of quick time events, but weren't necessarily treated like that. And it kind of ties into the platforming being a little bit more difficult in this game. When you're running, even though it seems like maybe you just hit a button and jump this gap, you need to be angled the right way or else you will fall into the T-Rex's mouth. All that said, I am so excited for what mysteries, challenges, and other dinosaurs await Lara in Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. For more on Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis and Summer Game Fest, be sure to head over to GameSpot.com.